Welcome to Starcanum, where we are obsessed with Star Wars Unlimited. I'm Ryan, it's nice to be back, and I'm glad you're here with me because today I'm showing you a really cool deck featuring Rey. Rey who? Nobody. All right, here's the deck. I just want to kind of go through it real quick, and then I'm hoping to hop over onto Petronaki and show you this thing in action. It's one of those decks where you kind of need to see it to understand the power behind it. But basically, I like using Rey here, and we got the blue common Force base from Legends of the Force. But Rey says, as an action, we can exhaust her, and if you played a non-unit Force card this phase, deal 1 damage to a unit. So hey, that's free damage. Now obviously you need a lot of non-unit Force cards to trigger her every turn, and that's why we've got Force Throw, Mystic Reflection, Sorcerous Blast, Whirlwind of Power, Shatterpoint. I mean, just a ton in here, and any one of those will now get upgraded with 1 extra damage. So Sorcerous Blast effectively deals 4, right? Mystic Reflection can give something -2/-2, and then you throw an extra damage on there. That can be getting rid of something that had 3 health. I think a lot of these Force events are kind of like geared around certain thresholds, and Rey lets us just kind of, just nudge it up into a slightly more powerful version, and over the course of the game, enough of those little upgrades can really make a difference. Now, helping Rey with all of this, we've got some, 2-cost Force units like Adigalia and Yaddle, and then I'm also trying out the Matron here, which I think is like our light side version of Dr. Pershing. Like, this thing can just really pop off and draw us extra cards, which we want to do because if you look way ahead, we've got 3 copies of the 5-cost Rey unit, and if we draw her during the action phase, it's 2 more free damage, so we're all about the value here. Now, I just want to say, like, if you're looking at this list and you're like, man, I don't have 2 Yaddle, I don't have 2 Adigalia, those are like $10 a piece right now, I can't make this. Let me stop you right there, because you totally could. You could use the new Secretive Sage, you could use the Gifted Street Urchin Kid. All you need are like 2-cost units that are capable of generating the Force. Now, obviously, Yaddle and Adigalia are a bit better, but if you don't have those rares, I think you can still make most of this deck. And that's true for a lot of the other cards in here. There are alternatives that we can talk about. All right, up in the 3s, we've got Marin, who also is really cool because she can generate the Force when she attacks. She can throw the extra cards that we drew with the Caretaker Matron. And it just kind of overwhelms the opponent with value. Then we've got Red 5, which Rey did fly, technically. So that's in here because as you're pinging stuff with Rey, you've got a ship now that can mop up and throw extra damage on those damaged units, and that's really good for just keeping the board clear. Also have Yoda because, he's like the greatest, right? Like, you gotta have Yoda. Into the 4s, Chirrut and Ki-Adi-Mundi. These are 2 of the best cards maybe in the whole set that make use of having the Force, on your side. We can draw extra cards with Ki-Adi-Mundi, which again, we're hoping to find a Rey. We don't have any way to like stack our deck like you can with the Yoda version of this idea, but that's fine. We're not worried about it. Not worried at all. Then we go up to a really weird 2-1 split. Don't ask me why, but we've got Anakin from the starter deck for Twilight. I think this card's really good, and nobody seems to play it. It's a 5-cost 6/6. That's Poe Dameron's stats, and he's got coordinates. So when he attacks, if you've got 3 bodies, you get to draw a card. And hey, that's what we want to do because we want to find our Reys. Ki-Adi-Mundi, obviously more expensive than the starter deck Anakins, I assume. But if you don't have it, just get 3 of the Anakins. If you've got the extra Ki-Adi-Mundis, you can run those instead of the Anakin. They're about the same stat-wise, right? A 5/7, a 6/6. And he's got coordinate that will draw you 2 cards if your opponent plays 2 things into it. But they're both Jedi. They both make the Force. They can both hold a lightsaber. It's pretty much the same thing. Just play what you have. Then we've got the Reys that we already talked about. I almost never play this as a unit. It's mostly there to be an extra card that I draw that does 2 free damage to a unit and a base, and then it becomes a resource, or I discard it with Marin, or I use Force Throw on myself and I throw 5 more damage at something. That's really what she's here for. So up the top, we've got 2 copies of the new Mace that can come into play, burn the Force, throw 4 extra damage on something, and 2 copies of the Hammerhead, which when you play it, you get to deal damage based on the number of cards you have in your hand. And again, thanks to stuff like the smaller Mundi, Yoda dying, the Night Sisters dying, the Matron drawing us card, like almost always I have a decent sized hand of cards going into the 6 resource turn, so this can just straight up kill something. And then finally, I've got 2 copies of Big Mace Windu. You just need a finisher to kind of go along with Rey when she deploys at 7 resources. If you have Luke Skywalkers, play Luke Skywalkers. If you don't have Maces or Lukes, I mean, find a 7 drop that you do like. There's plenty. There are even some common and uncommon ones here that will work for you as well. It's not really a big deal. You just want something there beefy to kind of help you finish out the game. Okay, and then as I said, removal package is like all of the Force events. Force throw, Mystic Reflection, blah, blah, blah. You get it. I've got 1 each of a couple different lightsabers in here just because I'm still kind of experimenting and trying to figure out if I need any of these or which one I like best. I might just cut this down to 2 of the heirlooms because they're cheap and I like having a bit of restore there. I mean, Rey does cost a lot. Well, it doesn't cost anything, but you need 7 resources to get her out there. And sometimes staying alive that long can be tricky. Constructed lightsaber is also very, very good, but it's like a $30 or $40 card right now. So if you don't have one, hey man, use the 10-cent heirlooms. You'll be fine. Okay, so that's the deck. Lots of very cheap non-unit Force cards and Jedi and Force generating units to kind of make all that happen. We're just going to try to remove everything our opponents do until we're able to deploy Rey, maybe put a lightsaber in her hands, and then go slap their base around. That's the plan. Let's see if we can make it work. Alright, what happens when you take Rey into the shadowed Undercity? You run into Fennec Shand. We'll go first. Let's see how this works for us here. Do we want a mulligan? I mean, we have a 2-cost unit. It's a Caretaker Matron. And we can follow that up with Marin and potentially draw a card, but we don't have any like events to play, and we've already got one of our Reys in hand, so I think we mulligan this. Yaddle is better. Yaddle into Yoda I like. Jedi lightsaber I like, and some events I like. Alright, so we're gonna ditch the Matron. And man, maybe we do have to get rid of this lightsaber. So like Fennec's gonna have like ambush stuff coming in anyway, so we might not really get a chance to like attack into things. A Gray Squadron Y-Wing. That's a card I've not seen in a while. Okay, so maybe instead of Yoda, it is now Night Sister and Mystic Reflection to kill this Y-Wing? Sure. Alright, so we get to go first, or we could just Sorcerer Blast it. So we're definitely going to attack and generate the Force with Yaddle. And we'll just put the damage on our base. Sure. I think now we'll just play this Night Sister Warrior and wait and see if they play anything better. Okay, so they ambushed in with their Adigalia, so now we can Mystic Reflection her. And then we can throw a damage up on that. I don't know if it's going to matter, but might as well. All right. So we drew Mace, and we've got Anakin, and we've got Force Throw, and we've got Sorcerer's Blast. I mean, our turn 4, though, unless we, like, double up on these events and get rid of somebody else, yeah, I guess that's all right. They have a Mundi, but they don't have the Force. They don't get to... Oh, they did, because they ambushed with Adigalia last turn. Okay. Well... do I just Force Throw them right now? Sure. You just picked up some cards, opponent. A Hotshot Blaster. Yep. Man, maybe I severely underestimated this this Y-Wing. Nah, we're good. We will Sorcerer Blast there. Go to the base with Yaddle. I think I just want to kill this Mundi and draw a card. And hey, we picked up an Adigalia, which we can play. Wow, that was a beautiful turn for us. Okay, cool. Cool. So now, heading up to 5 resources. I think I want to keep Mundi to refill our hand. I think we're just going to play Anakin, so we will ditch Marin. We're going to use Fennec to ambush out. Ooh, Ahsoka. No! In that case, I think we get rid of Anakin because we're going to need to draw some cards here. Yeah, that was good on you, opponent. We will draw 2. Didn't draw Rey. Or a 1-cost event. So I guess we just claim. Man, if we lose to Fennec, I'm gonna be distraught. I think red 5. Ugh. Alright, do we just hammerhead for 2 and kill their leader? Or I think we attack with Mundi first to generate the force. Not that we need it right this second, but I'd rather have it than not have it. So she just lets you play a 4 or less. Oh my gosh, pillage. Brutal. So now our hammerhead doesn't even kill Fennec. But it is at least still something we can play. I don't think I want to play another Mundi. You know? 1 damage! Or 0 damage! 0! It's the last card in our hand. It's 0 damage! Love it, love it. Did we play anything this turn? No. So we just claim. This is actually relatively fine because when we deploy Rey, we do get to draw 2 cards next turn. Sure. Greedo comes crashing in. Alright, okay, this works. I guess we resource Shatterpoint. We play Mace, use the Force, kill Fennec, so now they can't ambush anything. Except for Plo Koon. But they don't want to because then we kill it. So Hammerhead for 5. And they claim. So we deploy Rey. Right, we can't deal damage because we didn't play a non-unit, non-unit force card. So we will draw 2. And I think we just kill this Plo Koon and then pass. I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. We have 3 reasonably sized threats on the board. I don't need to resource any of this. In fact, it's all pretty playable. We could do Anakin and then 2 events. We could do red 5 and 2 events. All right, they have a Mundi. So I think we can use Mace to kill him and overwhelm for a few more points of damage. Ooh, and then they've got a red 5 of their own. And they used Fennec to ambush it out, hit our Hammerhead, and finished off our Mace. Okay. Well, in that case, I think we just play Anakin here and attack. And then there's no point in doing the events. But they're at 22 out of 28 damage, and we've got 2 threats here that will get us across the line. So unless they have a way to... won't do it. So they're ambushing in another red 5. Yep, but then we get to attack with Anakin for the win. There we go. All right, so Rey's Nightclub is bumping. Let's see if we can get another one. Oh no, we ran into Kylo Ren, Tarkin Town. This is like the deck, right? Like, ugh. Okay, well, we gotta put it to the test. So we've got Yaddle, some events. We've got a 3-cost, Shatterpoint, I mean, this isn't a terrible hand. So I'm going to say no on the mulligan. And I think we're going to have to resource like this 6 cost and probably Shatter Point? I don't think this plays like a lot of big units, right? They mostly just kind of discard things and play... Oh, yeah. Or this guy. Okay. So we play Yaddle. Oh, so this is annoying because, yeah, they can use Kylo to discard a card, and then Migs can deal 2 damage, and then Tarkintown then kills our Yaddle. But it's fine. It's fine. We just gotta fight our way through it. They discarded a force throw, so they didn't even discard like an upgrade. All right, we drew a turret, which I think we definitely want, and an Anakin, which we probably also want. This turn we're playing Marin. I would like to use Mystic Reflection to get rid of Migs at some point, so I guess we're getting rid of Sorcerous Blast. And let's see if they are able to kill Marin here before we get to ready her up. Power of the Dark Side, yep. Power of the Dark Side. It's a great card. You know, I can't be mad. But then we draw Rey, so we don't get to kill Migs with that either. Alright, we'll play Turret. Unfortunately, we don't have the Force, so if they attack in with Migs, we'll take damage. Not attack with Migs? I mean... Alright, they use Kylo. Ditch the Sith Holocron. Yeah, we just have to claim here. I mean, the frustrating bit is that this Kylo deck is so good at finding takedowns, Fell the Dragon. You know, it's got like a whole removal package in it, and it just dumps all these upgrades into the... Oh, okay, Infiltrator skill, so they can now ignore my Sentinel. Awesome, awesome. All right, so now they're empty-handed. That's actually kind of huge for us, because now, unless they kill Turret, then I will be big sad. But I don't think they will. Oh, okay, all right, they gave up Migs. Oh, dear. I mean, I was really hoping for like a cheaper Force unit so I could also Mystic Reflection and get rid of some stuff. I don't think Red 5 actually does a lot for us. So I guess we're just playing Anakin here. Although I could have just forced through them with nothing. Just to get that last card out of their hand. Like, it wouldn't kill anything, but maybe that would have been better than letting them use Kylo. Alright, they discarded a Battle Fury. And then they play a Force Throw. So we give up Mystic Reflection, so they'll get to put 1 damage on Anakin. I'm actually fine with that. We already claimed, and we know they're gonna only have 2 cards in hand. They're gonna resource 1, they'll have 1 left. We'll get to Force Throw that away. So they will have effectively nothing. Alright. Force Throw opponent. But remember, Kylo wants that stuff in the bin anyway. Guess we get rid of the witch. Alright, they go 2 to the base. So we can Mystic Reflection to get rid of that. Claim, we can hit for 6, we can play Turret, we've got the Force. So I think we're just going to resource Anakin, play Marin, flip Rey, draw 2 more cards. So do they have a... They don't have snapshot reflexes, so they can't load up Kylo and immediately attack. So we will have an opportunity to do something. But they will have access to Infiltrator skill if they want to get past my turret. That's annoying. All right, this is close. Like, I in a good way, right? Like, we're keeping pace, I feel like, with a top tier deck right now. All right, so they're just going for it. They're bringing out Kylo, putting the Fallen Lightsaber on him, and Battle Fury and Infiltrator's skill and the Holocron. So, so he's gonna get to ignore turret. I mean, I guess... Oh, I forget, he's also a Sentinel himself. So maybe attacking with turret wasn't a great move. I was thinking of just, like, pushing for the base. Look at all these attack triggers. I just talked about how we were keeping pace with this deck, and now he's gonna do an insane amount of damage. So fortunately, they don't have any other unit to deal damage to use the Holocron. Battle Fury forces them to discard their last card. Okay, so we're at 20. So we play Marin. We deploy Rey. We draw 2 free cards. One of them's a Whirlwind of Power. We attack with Anakin, who draws us a card, and we attack with Rey. So we have killed their leader. We're not dead. But we only have 8 health left, and they've got 19. But now we're holding a lot more cards, and they've kind of used up their, like, one big trick. I think I want Yoda. But if I play him, I can't really play anything else. Okay, what do you got? They discarded another upgrade. I mean, I guess we just attack with Marin. They have a Sage. Okay. Okay. I mean, really, you want Mundi to combo with Kylo, right? You use the Sith Holocron to kill your own Mundi when you attack with Kylo, so he readies and gets to attack again for an insane amount of damage. Boy, I like all of these. Constructed lightsaber. Okay. Okay. So I think first we need to kill Mundi. Oh, I forgot. So because this is a neutral thing, he gets Sentinel. I really wanted to kill Mundi there. Alright, well at least we got rid of the shield and we restored a little bit of health. That's actually fine. Because now he'll get one attack with this Sage, but then we get to kill it with Mace and then ready Mace. Yeah, that's actually not the worst. Because he only got like one attack and he just lost 2 cards. And now Mace will get to kill Mundi and then go to the base. So we're hanging in there by a thread. I mean, I didn't like taking 4 damage off of a lightsaber Secret of Sage, but... Oh, is he just going to throw Mundi at the base? Oh my god. Okay. Alright, well, kill Mundi now before they play something else. Where's, like, my heirloom lightsaber? Where's my good stuff? Alright, they claimed. So, we get in for 5. We get in for 2. We get in for... No, I don't want to hit my own stuff. Do I force throw away this card? Just to leave them in total top deck mode? I think I do, right? I think we do. Because if this is like Palpatine or something... Oh, it was a Force Lightning. Okay. Dope. Alright, so we drew Rey the wrong time again. Oh, he's showing up the wrong time. Okay. No resources. So they've got to have like super laser blast here. Or something else. Okay, nope. They just have Karis. So we can go 5 to the base. And I think we just beat like one of the top decks in the whole format here, right? Lompike's not going to do it. Who gets the win? Marin, I think. There we go. GG. Send it. Okay, Rey is quite a powerhouse. Let's see if we can get one more good game out of her here, though. All right, one more time. We've got Quinlan in the club. Sweet, another Tarkin Town list. I mean, how much do we love seeing this base still kicking, guys? Lots of 2-cost units, though. No events here, but I think that still is okay. I don't know if Red 5 is going to be much help, and we probably don't need the Caretaker, unfortunately. Like, I would love to be able to keep it, but if we play it first, it just dies and doesn't even, like, do anything. I think I want to put the Warrior down first, because if they... Sure. I don't think they're going to want to waste Tarkin Town on that, are they? They're thinking about it. Ooh, they let it slide. All right, cool. So then we can attack, generate the Force, draw a Marin. I think we play Adigalia here, though, and try to get him with a Force throw if they don't have a way to cleanly remove her. They've got Red 5, so now... give up Spark for 2, so we'll put that on Sabine, and then use Rey to get one more damage out of it. Okay. So let's see, 4 resources. I like doing probably Marin and this Blast to take out Red 5 with a little help from Rey, which probably means we don't need Night Sister. Okay, they bring in an A-Wing. So, Sorceress Blast on Red 5. Yep. We're going to attack with Adi to get our Force back. They claim we get to deal a damage to kill Red 5. And do we want Yoda or Marin here? I think Yoda, actually. Lightsaber, Mundi. Yeah, we probably don't need Marin because we're going to probably play Mundi here. They deploy Quinlan. I mean, I could just play Chirrut to try and slow them down. Or do I just go with the biggest possible body? Man. Let's just start by attacking with Yoda. I mean, maybe I should have attacked with Adi first, because if they play anything, they can ping it and get rid of her. Why not both? Why not Plo Koon? Double kill. Yep. Yep. I will draw. It's a Rey. So 2 on the base. Where else do I want the damage, though? Guess we start working on Quinlan? And then play this Mundi? And then claim? How likely is it they've got like a waylay? Like, can we just lightsaber up? No, I think we're gonna kill Plo Koon because otherwise he gets to attack for 6 here. All right, Ray, come on, come on. All right, we're taking some A-wing damage. That's fine. Do I want turret and a lightsaber? Or the slightly bigger unit Ray with nothing? I guess turret. They have another Plo Koon. So it's gonna attack for 6. I can give it -2 and only take 4, but Quinlan can still do the 5th damage, so I guess there's no point. I guess we just claim. I don't want to just throw... so if I'd put the lightsaber on it, then I guess they wouldn't have been able to just Tarkentown it. Man, we can put all of these on Rey, though. That'd be pretty sweet, right? Unless we think she's gonna die immediately. I could give her some help with the other Rey. But then I'd only get to play an heirloom. Yeah, maybe that's smarter. Maybe we'll put some bait out first. Oh my god, Han Solo. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, that at least means our Rey lives. She gets suited up. And I think we'll kill Han. And they kind of have to claim here, right? Yeah, okay. I think we are in trouble. I mean, this Mace can come in and snipe somebody. Won't be enough though, right? Because even if we restore 1 by killing Quinlan, we go to 26, 27, 28, 29. Yeah, we're still dead to this A-Wing. Ah! And if we whirlwind it, then we're dead to Quinlan, so... Man, that's a shame. We were so close that time, but Quinlan Tarkentown is a very good deck. I'm still happy with Rey. As you can see, still a work in progress, but let's put the deck back on screen one more time and do some final thoughts. Okay, so what did we learn here? I'm wondering now if the Shadowed Undercity is not the correct base here for Rey. Maybe the rare blue one that gives you the force if you end a turn with something that has 4 or more HP in play, because then almost all of our turn 1 plays turn it on, right? The Caretaker Matrons, Adigalia, Yaddle, those would all trigger it that turn immediately, which then makes it much easier to snap off something like a Sorcerous Blast, or get into a spot where we can play Mundi and be sure to draw cards, because I think the worst thing that can happen is if we start with a unit and they either ping it or Tarkentown it or, claim and are able to attack into it, and we don't get a chance to attack at least once to generate force. That kind of hurts. I don't know if I want to go down to 25 HP on my base, though. If we do that, I might change the lightsabers to be more of the heirlooms so that I got more restore. And then the Mace Windu up at the top end might become the 7-cost Luke or something like that, so I have more restore. But I don't know. I think it's in this spot where we can do a couple of different things with it. I didn't really get to show off Caretaker Matron drawing a ton of extra cards, but like in theory, that's really strong. It just is hard to play that as your turn one play because it has no power. And then you have to follow it up with a force card before you actually get to start redeeming, your coupons. But I like the deck. I like it a lot. I like drawing the cards. I like sometimes you hit array, blind, and then you get to do 2 free damage to a unit and a base. Chirrut is a good roadblock. Mundi drawing extra cards. I still think Anakin is kind of slept on with his coordinate, and he's just a nice 6/6 for 5. The Hammerhead is kind of hit or miss, right? If we have a good grip of cards, that's brutal. If it's the last card in our hand, then it's just a vanilla 5/7 for 6, which is not great. So that I might tinker with. I might want some form of Space Sentinel. Maybe like Concord Dawn Interceptors would probably fit in fine here. And the sideboard is also kind of like a work in progress. I've got Aggrieved Parliamentarians for the Kylo matchups. I've got some restocks for like a really long, grindy control matchup where I'm afraid of decking out. We've got some Disabling Fang Fighters, which come in against an upgrade or a pilot-heavy deck. We've got some of the Jedi in hiding, which are supposed to be for like a control, like a Kira or an Iden or something, where you need a unit that they can't attack into right away and can maybe generate the force for you and can knock a card out of their hand, right? It's an attrition game. And then some Fel the Dragons for like the Han deck that ramps literally into the Crate Dragon. And then we just need a way to kill that without counting on the force for Shatterpoint. So Fel the Dragon comes in there. So that's the plan. I kind of tried to have at least 2 cards for every matchup. But at my store, we play best of 1, so I never get to use the sideboard. However, if I take this to like a PQ sometime in the next couple of weeks, I don't know. What do you think? Leave me your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the unlimited adventures we have here on Starcanum. I'll see ya.